We are off to Panama City, and not the Florida one where spring breakers bong beers on the beach. Our destination, Panama, the country, is the newest real estate in the Western Hemisphere. The space in which it resides was previously occupied by the ocean for 70 million years between two drifting continents before colossal pressures in the deep heaved up a bridge from the bottom of the sea and plugged the gap between them round about the time humans were invented.
It takes a bit of brain work over pool bar umbrella drinks to overcome internal compass disorientation. Panama is shaped like the letter S that's toppled over backwards. Instead of Costa Rica being above Panama and Colombia being below as one travels to South America, Costa Rica is west and Colombia is east. The Atlantic Ocean is north, and as we face the Gulf of Panama and the Pacific Ocean from the resort, we're facing south. The sun doesn't set on the Pacific horizon, it sets to our right over Costa Rica. The Panama Canal runs north and south, and when one enters from the Pacific Ocean and comes out the other side in the Atlantic, one is actually west of where one started. What? Una más mojito, por favor. The Westin Playa Bonita All-Inclusive, our lavishly landscaped home base, is perfectly situated for excursions by those sufficiently adventuresome to desire a brief visit to the not-inclusive. The Miraflores locks of the Panama Canal are just over a half-hour drive from the pool bar. A fun thing to do is to download a ship tracker app to your smartphone. Enter the ship name, and the app will tell you where it came from and where it's going. This one is carrying fuel from Baton Rouge to South Korea. And the excellent new Biomuseo Biodiversity Museum, the only Frank Gehry designed building in Latin America, which is on the Amador Causeway with spectacular views of Panama City and the Bridge of the Americas, is also less than a half hour from the pool bar. And day trips to Panama City, the Gamboa Rainforest with treetop canopy tram, and to a real deal Rainforest River Tribe Village are also available from the resort through Apple partner Gamboa Tours. Another amazing memory to make is a ride across the continent on the railroad built 160 years ago by the U.S. to carry prospectors from the East Coast to the gold fields of the California Rush. It parallels the Panama Canal, and once a day, a comfy passenger train carries tourists and locals from the Pacific side of the canal to the Caribbean side in the morning and back again in the evening. Apple Vacations arranged tickets for the ride one way, and a tour bus met us at the other end. Fun fact, Panamanian Major League Hall of Famer Rod Carew was born on a transcontinental train on this line and named for the doctor passenger who delivered him. Make sure you leave your comfortable leather bench seats and tables in the wood-paneled observation salon to stand on the open-air platform between the cars and watch Panama glide by in a green blur. You travel within view of the Panama Canal from one side of the continent to the other in the time it takes to watch NCIS. Our Busso Fun collected us at the station and delivered us to the brand new expanded Agua Clara locks on the Atlantic side within 2 hours of having left the breakfast buffet at the resort on the Pacific side, where we watched a super tanker tug through the new and larger locks that will double the cargo capacity of the Panama Canal. After watching the ships climb the stairs to Gatun Lake, we visited the seaside 16th century town of Portobello in Colón province, where Spaniards built strong fortifications to protect against the bona fide Real McCoy pirates of the Caribbean, and still Captain Morgan sacked the place. He also sacked Panama City, where the ruins still stand. Still a record holder for sacks in the Caribbean League, today Captain Morgan appears in the blenders and umbrella drinks of resort bars across Panama, still causing ruin. Back at our home base on the Pacific coast, the Westin Resort overlooks the beach with a view to the sea and a commercial armada of ships carrying cargo and passengers queued up on the far horizon, awaiting their turn to transit the canal. Playa Bonita was once a beach destination for soldiers when it was part of a U.S. military base. A picturesque causeway projecting nearly 2 miles out into the Pacific from the Panama Canal nearby, created from the rocks blasted out of the canal, helped shelter this beach resort from ocean waves. Westin Playa Bonita provides just the right mix of proximity to the attractions of Panama City while remaining lushly secluded from the urban rumpus and rowdy-dow. Incidentally, the cheapest toll ever paid to the Panama Canal was charged to travel writer Richard Halliburton, who swam the length of it in 1926. Based on his displacement tonnage, he paid 36 cents. The highest toll ever paid at the time that the new and wider locks were opened in June of 2016 was charged to the first giant container ship to pass through, which coughed up nearly $600,000. And a few days later, another ship paid $830,000 to travel the same distance and route that we rode the Panama Canal Railroad for a fare of $25, which you can think about while sunning back at the all-inclusive pool bar as you order another Panama Jack.